Welcome to Ask Us Anything, and thank you for sharing part of your Sunday evening with us.
Hey, and before we get started, I have something really important I need to say. Go Lions! This is the time. And I also forgot to put your microphone on you.
Oh, that.
Oh, well.
Okay.
That's because you just arrived. Okay.
Well, I've been here a little bit.
There we go.
They're going to know that we're never quite ready.
Well, that's all right. That's part of being on live TV. I hope that sounds okay.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay, go Lions. This is really tough for us because the Lions,
the game should be starting soon. You always say if you watch the last little bit.
Yeah, if you watch with the Lions, it seems like every game is either won or lost the last couple minutes of this season and last season too. But anyway, go Lions. We're pretty excited about it. And also, it's a crazy time in the world. There's a lot of some serious things happening in the world. So let's try and just lighten your life a little bit around our virtual campground as we do Ask Us Anything. It's always a pleasure to be with you guys. We actually start looking forward to this about Thursday, and just knowing that you guys are out there and being able to connect like this is really cool, and we're pretty darned excited about it. I don't think we're on. Are we on? Okay, somebody said go live.
Go Lions.
Phyllis, am I on? Do you see us? Okay,
yeah.
We're on. I hope, because I got it. Something said an error. Try again. So I'm assuming we're on with all you guys. If I've dropped,
there
please
you
let
go.
us know.
Now it's going.
Okay, Sharon Childress, you have an important task ahead of you since you are watching the Lions. I need updates on any scores while we're on. Okay, and we will try and give you. And look at all the Lions fans we have there. We'll try and give you. And Chris Cowley even's the Lion fans. I'm glad you're not a Da Bears fan over there, Chris.
He could be a Da Bears fan too.
Well, he's a Lion. Everybody's a Lions fan
Today.
This time, I think, except for Travis. What's his girlfriend's name? Taylor Swift. Is it about a football game? All I saw were pictures of her. Every time I looked at that game, they were just showing pictures of her. But I guess that's cool. It's great. America's romance. Ron Wajeka.
Hello, Mike and Jen from upstate New York. Hope you are rested up from the Tampa RV show.
Are we rested up?
As much as we can be.
Yeah, what we've really done is hold up. We're in Florida, and what a miserable week it was here in Florida.
Lots of rain.
I did a special announcement, a little video on our new RV lifestyle community for our followers this morning. We put one up because it looked beautiful. It was a beautiful morning. Sun was out, water was blue, and the sky was blue. But the week we've just had was gray and foggy. It was warm, but it was foggy.
You can see your hand in front of your face.
But anyway, we're here, and we have been kind of chilling, but we are really trying to turn out a ton of content from everything we shot at the Tampa RV show. And I don't know if you guys go to our YouTube channel, but we've had a video every day since the show on different rigs and different RVs, and we'll have another one in the morning and had one today. So that's good. Hey, wait a minute. Did I see a score? Lions 7, 49ers 0.
Wow.
Like I say, it's always at the end of the game. You got to watch it. So
Wait, all the drama.
Sharon Childress with the question.
Have you made any decisions on where and when the next gathering will be?
In general, we're talking about early to mid-June and late September for our two gatherings. We will have some meetings this week that will give us a lot of clarity. We do have a couple of locations in mind, but I don't want to say them now.
I want to say it in case it doesn't pan out.
But we have been really working hard at this, Sharon, and I hope by next Sunday night we'll be able to announce something a little more firm for you. So those are our general times. Early June and mid to late September, and I think we're pretty sure on that time frame. I can't get any more straight. It'll be a Monday through a Thursday, maybe a Friday. We may go an extra day, but we need to firm up a whole lot of things and sign contracts, and it's not easy. And we're doing that while we're still covering the major event in the industry for the last for much of this year, the Tampa RV show. So we got to put all that content and all that stuff, but we're working on it. With a question from Patty.
Is anyone else afraid of traveling this year? We have a crisis at our border and so many illegal people that have come through the border. I don't think I want to travel far.
Well,
Patty, you
yeah.
have to do what's right for you. And we were talking about this tonight, that some people will be apprehensive and won't go anyplace, and other folks are going to continue on like nothing's going on. So
I think
I'd say
that,
you've got to be wise.
yeah, I think you have to be wise and you have to be informed, but you don't have to be fearful. I mean, what is there to be fearful about? Well, I mean, I shouldn't ask that question, but seriously, the border is a mess, but that I have heard of absolutely no problems from RVers, none about that. I just would be very wise about what's happening. I would be more concerned about some of the events that happened today in the Middle East, in Jordan, the attack on U.S. servicemen, 3 servicemen killed, 24 injured, many of them seriously in an attack by Iran-funded terrorist groups. Certainly, well, I shouldn't say certainly with this administration, but there will be some response, and that's going to make things in that volatile part of the world even more volatile. And we have a presidential election. You know how crazy it's going to be. So you could stay in and not go anywhere, or you could just be smart and plan your trips and
Closer to home.
and be prepared to change your plans if you have to.
Be closer to home. Be where you're comfortable.
Yeah. I'll tell you, we're continuing on, and we have I'm probably more aware than most people are of what's going on in the world, and there's nothing to change our plans yet, unless we don't feel good or something changes in our personal lives. But
our children are so responsible. They're just such responsible adults because we are their parents. No common sense.
We've taught them well. Yeah,
they can see. They better be wise.
Sharon Childress.
You showed a new bike storage compartment in one of the RVs you reviewed. How many bikes fit in the slide-out compartment?
Two, and they're e-bikes, and you have a place to plug them in. That's only on one model. That is an exclusive to Keystone RV and the one model of the Montana fifth wheel, a huge fifth wheel. I think it's 43 feet long. But the company that developed that for Keystone, I shouldn't say because I don't know for sure, but I do know that they would be crazy if they didn't realize they've got a great design, and how can you adapt that in other RVs? To have it like the one we showed you in that video, where it's a separate room and a slide out of its own, you're going to have a fairly large RV. It's not going to work on a Class C. It's not going to work on a Class B. Although you could put something like that on a bumper mount, and make that an accessory, hint, hint. But again, I'm just going on rumor, nothing factual, but I think that it's the neatest RV storage solution I've seen. Do you agree?
That's what I was wondering about. Is there a patent on that? Or is everybody else going to copy it next year? Everybody's going to be doing something similar.
It's that cool. Yeah, everybody's going to come up with something like that. But it's I'm sure there'll be copies of it. And I think that I can say that it's Moride. That's the supplier company that developed that with Keystone. I know I would assume, I don't know. I think they would have an exclusive agreement for that particular solution, but you can certainly adapt it. And then I think you could repurpose it for other manufacturers, maybe someday even as an add-on that you could get, from a third party. But it was very cool. And I know I wish we had that on our Montana, because we would certainly be able to take our e-bikes more often.
And it could be a guest room.
It could be a guest room, yeah. Take the thing out to get rid of the e-bikes. Frederico Z.
Can you share with us the approximate cost so far to get your woodland lot to its current state? Excuse me.
No, because my lot is different than any other lot that you would find. So it makes no difference to tell you how much I spent, except I will give you a ballpark, Frederico. And you can expect, if you want to have the facilities we had, which was we cleared a bunch of trees, we put a road in, we put in now a concrete pad. And I can tell you that, well, that's expensive. We put in utilities for 3 sites. We spent about half of the cost of the land. And everybody's land is priced differently depending on where it's located. And so I can't give you, my figures don't count, but this does count. Figure half of the cost of the land is what it will take to develop it if you're going to develop it along the lines that we did.
And also, we are evolving.
Yeah, we're changing.
We started out and it was going to be 1 B+, and then 3,
a C, and then 3,
then 3, and then we got the 5th wheel. So we keep changing it all the time. So we keep adding more costs.
And we will do kind of an update on what we have and show you. We're going to be taking the 5th wheel there in about a week or so, maybe less, but we're not quite sure when, but sometime in the next 7 to 10 days. And we may do this live stream from there next week. We'll see where we are. We don't know. We kind of figure it out. But it's about half the cost of the land. And I hope that helps you as you think about it. You can do it cheaper. If you can do it yourself, that'll be even better. But you need a lot of heavy duty equipment. Laura Chamberlain, touchdown Detroit. So is that 14? 13. We got to get the extra point.
Ooh.
I love it when you guys update me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
there
14.
It is. They got the extra point.
Bob, thank you.
Wow. That's going to be awesome. If you're not a Lions fan, if you're not from Detroit, you have no idea how big of a deal this is, how long we have been waiting for the Lions to have a season like this. So we would love to see them in the Super Bowl. It's a great experience.
How
Lions
many
fans
years ago was it? You covered it at Pontiac?
That was a Super Bowl. They weren't in that Super. That was Super Bowl 16. They weren't in it.
Yeah, but
I don't think they've ever been in a Super Bowl because the Super Bowls, I don't think.
Why they held it in Detroit? There was a snowstorm and people were abandoning.
That was, but the Lions were there.
They weren't there. But
no,
I
they
remember
just played there. Yeah, that was it. Kelly Courtney.
Have a question. I was looking for my first pull trailer. The salesperson said there are 2 extra charges. Those charges sounded like they should have been included in the price. Wonder what those 2 extra charges were.
Yeah, you got to tell me what those charges are, Kelly. But
upgrade the hitch?
No,
what are we talking
normally
about?
they do something like a transportation charge.
Oh, I hate those.
And that's just
and the fee to make sure it's okay.
They do a documentation charge, which is the fee they charge you to do all the paperwork.
Oh, remember it was like $900?
It was ridiculous. We didn't pay. We refused to pay that.
What are you talking about?
They will probably. You got to really watch it with RV dealers because they will. And whatever you do, Kelly, do not buy an extended warranty from them, and do not buy. Don't do that. They will try and sell you that, and don't do your financing through them. Do your own. Arrange your own financing. You'll get a better deal. And arrange your own insurance or your own extended warranty if you decide you want that. Don't get those things. But they'll charge you a transportation fee, which means from the factory to there, and then they will charge you a documentation fee. And if that was it, walk away from them. Do you want to do business with people that are that greedy? You will find somebody else that will sell it to you. And you don't have to buy it in the same thing. You're going to have trouble getting warranty service from that dealership. I can tell you if they're insisting on those stupid fees. And we all have to stick together on these kinds of things. They rip us off constantly. We heard of one dealer at the Tampa show, and I would love to tell you the name of it, but my wife is kicking me under the table right now. And this was on a hard to get RV that has a long build time, takes a long time to get it. And that dealer was charging people, and sold one. I know at least one they sold, $20,000 over the manufacturer's suggested retail. Most manufacturers end up discounting that price. It's usually about 25%. Now, sometimes it's not on a real high demand item, but to charge $20,000 above it, that is price gouging. It's greed. And you do not want to do business with people like that. Buy a used RV from somebody and you'll get a much better deal and you'll get one that works. And I better shut up or I'm going to have all the manufacturers pulling their ads for me. But it makes me mad that people do that. And I bet it makes you
They
guys
did
mad
it
too.
with trucks. They do it with
Yeah,
everything.
they do it. Oh my gosh, cars. They did it with cars. We tried to buy a truck to pull ours 2 years ago, and we got a fifth wheel, and they were trying to charge way over the manufacturer's listed price.
Okay.
Bruce Howard.
Okay. Google says the Lions are one of 12 NFL teams that do not have any Super
Yep.
Bowl wins in franchise history. But pre-Super Bowl, they have had, excuse me, championship game wins.
Yep. So you can see why we are so excited about this. It's been a long time coming that we've gotten this far. So we hope they win. Pam Murphy.
Hello from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Love following your channel.
Thank you, Pam.
Wannabe RVer.
Hey, can I give you something to check out besides the channel, Pam, if you haven't already? And that is this new YouTube community that we have started. We soft launched it back in December. We've told you guys about it a couple of times. And there's the address. It is not on Facebook. And that is a very positive thing because our group is friendly. There's none of the nastiness that you have on Facebook. And it's just a great place to connect with other RVers, to ask questions and not get, put down by the trolls on Facebook. And the other thing about Facebook that drives us nuts is that if you post something, and this is all happening, you post something and you come back to look at it again, or you saw a post that you like and you come back to look at it again, it's gone. You never can find it because they have this weird algorithm that only shows posts to a certain small percentage of the members of the group. Anyway, we still have our Facebook group. It's 304,000 members. But
come back next week.
Yeah, next week it'll probably be 310,000. But this is where we hang out ourselves. You can usually find us on several times a day. We'll answer your text. You can text us with us. We have all these different spaces, which are subject groups. Different areas of the RV lifestyle, and it's like what RVing is all about: friendly people. And we urge you to go over there and join. We do live streams like this. We've done with experts, bringing experts in to talk. It's much more interactive. Please come and check it out. Okay. End of that public service announcement. Melanie Haynes Wilkerson.
Hey, all, watching from Nashville, Tennessee.
Music City, USA.
I know my Nashville, Tennessee people are watching the game.
Yeah, yeah. We have our son and daughter-in-law and grandson lives there. Then Denise Werner.
Good evening. Watching from Ohio.
Good. I think you're getting all warm weathered up there now again. So that's good. And warmer, I should say. Still cold, but that's good. John Ford.
Hey, Mike and Jen. My wife and I have alwaplus had towable RVs and enjoy the freedom to explore when we reach a destination. We are wrestling with the idea of a B+, small class C, drivable. Thoughts?
Those are great questions, John. I can just tell you, we did the opposite. We have always had Class Bs, and we got a little tired of the lack of space, and we ended up with a B+, small Class C, and we've had several of those, and it now is up for sale, and it's on the lot at Holland Motorhomes in Holland, Michigan. It's only got 6,500 miles. We didn't use it because for us, having the freedom and the room of a fifth wheel, and then the ability to leave camp set up and go off and run errands or do exploring in the truck was just so awesome. And then doing work and staying extended periods of time in fifth wheel, it's like a condo on wheels. So we went the opposite way. And I can tell you that you will like the freedom and the maneuverability of a Class B or a small C. You will be able to pull in fast food restaurants as you travel and find parking spots in most places easily. You won't have to, scouch around. You'll be able to easily get gas, all that stuff as you travel. All those things are much harder in a towable, as you know, but you will, I think, find that after a while that the space, particularly if you stay more than a couple of days, is lacking in them. And that's a hard thing to get used to because you've obviously had more space in your towable. What do you think?
I think they're going to love a motorhome.
What? Well, now you have to still the sales pitch for that.
Okay. Well, I think they're going to love a motorhome because they're toying with this idea of having something smaller. And what I love about the motorhome is that you don't take as much because you don't have as much room. So you have to be more aware of what you're packing. So you do a better job packing. And there isn't that much to really unhook or whatever when you want to go someplace.
Well, there isn't, but you're not going to be able to carry, I bet, the lawn chairs and the chairs, and if you have a lounge, they're harder to carry in a fifth wheel, or in a small motorhome.
You'll be tying stuff on the back. You're going to look like a little bit like the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
You get everything you want tied on the sides and the back and
Yeah.
up top and all over the place. But the biggest thing for me is I love to get up and move around. I do not enjoy sitting in one spot for hours.
Yeah. That
Because
is
somebody
nice.
I know doesn't like to pull over and let me get out and walk.
I don't know who that would
In the
be.
motorhome, I can get up and walk around.
Yeah.
And I can even take a nap.
So those are all trade-offs. For me,
Make your lists.
make your list. And you know what I would suggest, John, is go and rent one for a long weekend.
Expensive.
Well, it is expensive, but if you want to buy one and then find out you don't want it, because it costs as much as your Class C or your B plus, or as your towable or more.
Okay.
And your truck.
Go sit inside a B plus or a small Class C.
Set up the beds. Yeah.
Just go sit inside it. Just sit there for a while and think, okay, how do we set up the beds? Where do I store everything? What can't I bring that I'm used to bringing?
Yeah. For shorter trips, I think, they're pretty cool.
Yeah. Short trips, they're wonderful.
Longer trips. And if you're staying in one place for a long time, a towable is much, much nicer because you have more room.
Mhm.
But I will say, even though we're going to sell our B plus, we looked seriously at some of the Class Bs we saw at Tampa, and I won't rule a Class B out in our future someday as well. We're certainly going to keep our Montana fifth wheel, but for shorter trips, they're really great, and that's probably why we'd go back to a B. So, skipping around, that's a great name.
Will the September meetup coincide with the Hershey show? No way.
No, it won't.
No way.
No, it'll be after that. Be fun, but maybe we could do it wouldn't it be nice to do it at the same place?
It would be nice to have kind of the same area.
It wouldn't, because we have to, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But we're still working on it, but we have to go to Hershey, so it would not.
We would like to go to Hershey.
Yeah, we don't have to do anything, but we'd like to go. Terry Gillis.
Mike and Jen, when is the time to stop putting money in the current 12-plus-year-old Class A diesel pusher and get a new one?
Is it working for you right now, Terry? I mean, what do you have to do? Are you comfortable in it?
Have you owned it all 12 years?
Yeah.
Has it been yours?
Do you have projects that you'd like to do that you think you need to do? And what are the things that you would, besides new and shiny, which is always fun and it's an attraction, what will a new one have that your current one doesn't have, that doesn't meet your needs? There are some 12-year-old units out there that are absolutely fabulous. And if you've made it your own, it's going to take you a lot of work to get that other one be your own too.
It sounds like you're having issues that you're stop putting money into the current 12-year-old. So it sounds like maybe it's given you a lot of grief and you're just sick of it. Maybe one of you wants to keep it and the other person's like, get rid of that thing. And how handy you are, whether you can fix it or you're getting ripped off and you can't use it because it's at the dealer or wherever and you can't get it serviced. Make your list.
Yep.
Keep it, sell it.
I want to put, Jerry Cornelius.
With spring just around the corner and with many new RVers, giving them some info on escapees and FMCA and the benefits of those organizations and the associated clubs within these organizations.
Where I'm going to tell everybody is, Jerry, go to our blog, RV Lifestyle. I have written numerous stories about escapees, about the FMCA. We've done, I know, several videos as well on FMCA rallies. We've spoken at them. We list the pros and cons of all the clubs, all the great benefits that you get, their rallies. So just go to rvlifestyle.com and search RV clubs, RV Club, RV Clubs plural, and you'll find a million of them. They are great to belong to. And they all have chapters that you can involve that are closer, that are regional or in your state. There's all sorts of stories that we have done in the past, and we are big fans of both organizations, have had them on our podcast numerous times as well. So just go on rvlifestyle.com and search RV clubs, and you'll find a ton of information.
So new people out there, escapees, FMCA, all the benefits, check it out, because I think you're going to want to belong to one of the big groups, or then a little local group too. Depends on what you're looking for in social.
R. Rennick.
Bruce, here from Kansas. I watched your Tennessee property video today. I'm ready to make a pad for mine also up by Waverly. We'll be contacting the contractor you had for driveway soon. I hope he does an excellent job for you and you can get it done in a timely manner.
Yeah.
And a good price.
Yep. We have not been on it yet, so
Yeah,
we're looking forward to jumping on it next week, and we will be there. What are your thoughts on Frame Flex? I don't have any thoughts on them. I don't really know anything about it, Corrine. I don't have it, so that I know of. So I can't answer it. Road Trip Buddy. Have you ever traveled to Maine? Yes. And we will again. And we've had a book on it. Road Trip Buddy, you are a regular. You should know this. I am shocked. There you go. You go right there and look at under our books, and you can. And it's a new book that we just recently did. We have an adventure guide, RV travel guide to Maine, and go check it out. There it is, coastal Maine. It's a great trip. Save you hours and hours. And we have 20 books now that we have written. We'll be back, by the way, in Maine in July. Mm-hmm. And so we'll be back there then. But check it out. And we've got a great trip for you. It's an awesome state to camp in. Mm-hmm. It really is just beautiful. And they have lobster. Ken Cooper.
Are there Montana clubs in each state? Thanks.
There certainly are in every region. We've attended the Montana Owners Club, and you can check them. They have a big active group. They've been around 20 years. And
they had 200 rigs there.
They had 200 rigs at their own rally that they did last summer. We attended that, and I was amazed at how well organized it was. But yes, there are chapters and groups all around, and just search on the internet, Montana Owners Club or the MOC, and you can find one near you. They're good group, and really well-run club, one of the best-run clubs I've ever seen. So check it out. Okay, Road Trip Buddy, I'm doing it now. That's why you're the best. Oh, I just shamed you into doing it, buddy. You know that.
But instead of him answering, he's telling you to do it.
Yeah, but it really did save you some time. And the book we wrote is kind of like all of our books. We give you a route and the top things you need to see, and you could spend a week, or you could spend a month doing it, or you can spend 2 days and every year for 5 years, and you still would. But we give you great ideas of where to go, where to eat, where to stay. And Maine is a very special place for RVers, and summer's obviously the best time of year to go. When it beat the fly season, which is usually early June.
Most states, you go in spring, you get to meet the insects.
Yeah, you get to meet the insects. Yes, you do. You do. And that's pretty fun. All right, let's see. Inka Schultz has a question.
Comment: we have a Class C with a large garage storage and one slide out in living area. We would like more space, but it's hard to increase size without decreasing fuel economy. All depends.
Well, yeah, the bigger the rig, the lower the fuel economy is going to be. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if you're counting your pennies that tightly, then you don't want to get a big rig because it drops. I get about 21 miles a gallon to my F-150 or F-250 when I'm not towing. And when I'm towing, I get about 12. So obviously it takes a lot more fuel, and I'm on diesel. It takes a lot more fuel when your rig is larger. But your call. I mean, if your budget's that tight that the extra fuel is going to make a difference, then obviously you don't want to get something. But
and you do have to think of the cost of fuel. Most people You know, you have X, if you're retired, you have X amount of dollars and you want to make it last.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes. Thomas Taylor, the best places to list for selling a travel trailer. They're a little harder to sell because there's so many more of them for sale. Neighborhood lots, corner lots are really a good place. But I recommend RV Trader to everybody who's going to sell a unit on their own. We don't sell our units on our own. That's why, like the one I have for sale now is at Holland Motorhomes. We don't sell them ourselves because it's just such a hassle for us. You know, the paperwork and all the calls back and forth and inspections. And we let the dealer do it, even though we could probably sell it for more. We definitely could sell it. But the best place to sell is RV Trader. And that's a publication that's been around a long time. We just recently met a couple of their executives at the Tampa show. And we recommend them highly. They're really great. I'd be very careful about Facebook Marketplace unless you got a lot of time to deal with scam artists. And even RV Trader, you know, the calls you get, you have to have a pretty sharp mind so you don't get taken in by these people.
And somebody told me that they sold it with a cashier's check and then they went to the bank to cash it and the people had voided it out somehow. So the lesson learned from that was even with a cashier's check, everybody goes to the bank together and you have to be careful so you don't get scammed.
Yeah. Bob Leach.
What's the weight of your fifth wheel with all your stuff on board?
About 12,500 pounds.
Whew.
Can't pick it up with one hand anymore. I'm getting old. About 12,500 pounds, Bob. Life and Death. Oh, look at that name. FrameFlex refers to the many reports of structural frame failure on large towables. One YouTube creator received a $16,000 repair estimate. Makers insist its owners abused. I don't know. Haven't encountered it. And, you know, I don't know the details of why they have FrameFlex and why he has a $16,000 repair estimate. I don't know what kind of an RV it was. And you know what?
Don't know where he was towing.
As long as mine's working okay, I don't know. I'm not, you know, there's too many variables in that for me to have any say in it. And his situation is unique. And I don't know what YouTuber it was. There are now thousands of YouTubers, and you know, how much do they know about anything? I don't know. So I can't comment.
And, you know,
but be skeptical when you see stuff like that. Ask if it's really a concern of yours, do some research. For me, it isn't a concern yet. Hey, I get to pitch again our community at rvlifestyle.com. That's where we need to have you guys come over and join us. We're interactive conversations all the time. Please join. And I think you'll find a lot of friends out there. It's really good. Question from my buddy, Jerry Wilson.
Mike, have you ever thought about upgrading your tow vehicle to an HDT?
A heavy duty truck. It is a heavy duty truck. It's a Ford F-250 heavy duty, buddy. You know my truck.
Oh, he would love to get a bigger truck.
Jerry, I want a F-350 with a long bed. That's what I would really like. But
he said, tell Santa.
Okay, Santa. I saw one I just had mine in to get some minor work done here in Florida this week, and as I came out of the lot, they had a used one on their lot that looked pretty nice, except it had was the ugliest color I ever saw, so I didn't even look. But yeah, I would love a 350, but you know, it's money, Jerry. A semi. Oh, he's thinking about a semi. No, I never would. Although, you know, I talked to a guy who has a semi and he tows like a 46-foot rig or something. And he says that actually buying the semi was cheaper than buying a Ford. I think he needed a Ford F-450 minimum with dualies. And he said it was actually cheaper, but no, I have enough trouble. We have enough trouble getting into our 250 that I can't imagine what it's like getting one of those semi tractors. So, but it'd be fun. Bob Leach.
Are there any blooper reels or behind the scene videos from the 2023 Florida RV Super Show?
From the Florida one, the 2023, or you mean the 2024? I've been looking for Santa's phone number. We had a couple bloopers, but we put them on. And what day of that week was that? When we did the tour of it's on our YouTube channel, youtube.com RV Lifestyle this week.
From this week's show.
And it was on the
when I whacked my head.
Yes, it was on the Westphalia.
What would you do if I didn't whack my head?
Yeah, I made that
amuse
video.
everybody?
Really. Yeah. Yeah. So there's one there. And we didn't really have any other bloopers. I think there might have been a couple, but I kind of put them on in the videos when we do them, because if we laugh, we know everybody else will really laugh. So we put them on. But there was one with the Westphalia. It actually wasn't very funny, but
No.
the only reason because you laughed a whole lot, but man, you really hit your head.
Oh, it hurt.
It
hurt.
Weird design thing that we had. So
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Yep. So
what
there
else
you go.
is new?
Yeah. What else is new?
Well, it looks like we're ready to go watch the Lions
Okay, quick.
game.
Somebody type me the score of the Lions game. It looks. I saw somebody posted something. We didn't put it up that San Francisco scored.
Oh dear.
I see a couple questions here. I'll take here's one. How often long should you keep your RV?
So how long do you keep it?
As long as it works for you and you can get parts for it. We have seen 20-year-old units out there that are really good. 14-7 is the score. Thank you. 14-7. A bunch of people posted. Thank you guys for keeping that. Let's go Lions. We need a couple more here. But you don't have to get a new one just because it's a new one. We get a lot of them, but it's because we're trying to stay up on different features that they have. But really, the one we like best in our small ones was the first one we bought, which was the 2012 road
28
in
2008, wasn't it?
2008, yeah. In 2012, we bought a 2008 model road truck, and we love that. Still is our favorite. But as long as it works and you can maintain it and you can get parts, keep it. You don't need to replace it. Skipping around. Oh, you had to remind me of that.
It's been over a year since you broke your rear window on your truck. How often do you actually activate the slider mechanism on your hitch?
We have done it once. We've only needed to do it once.
And that was at the Tampa RV show.
No, we didn't have to do the slider because
I
we
thought
drove.
they
Remember, we drove right
suggested
in. No, we did it at the Montana rally. At the Montana rally, where we had a really tight spot to get into.
Yeah, that was definite.
And we activated that, and I'm glad I have it now. And I'm glad I know
we're
how to use
aware
it.
of how to use it.
Yes. And this year we were able to get in just fine. And we were a little worried about getting out because they put 2 big rigs on every lot, and it was a really tight turnout. But we did. We were able to get out. Yeah. Tippy.
Hello, Jennifer. Good to see both of you. Jennifer, you're looking good, vibrant, sturdy, on your feet, energetic, and beauty just like always. I'm being sincere and respectful. Thank you so much, Tippy.
And you have been doing really well. You're a little.
I still have issues.
You have some breathing issues.
And what's breathing?
Yeah, it's overrated, Yeah. Marion Demart.
My Wonder has arrived at the dealership in Fort Worth, picking it up coming Saturday. Can't wait.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I wonder which Wonder you got.
I wonder what Wonder. Yeah, I don't know which one you got. You know what? I had a question somebody wrote me on our new RV lifestyle community. Told you we can do chat there, and they chat with me about it. And they know we had the Wonder, and then we went to the Unity. And they wanted to know what was our favorite. And I think our favorite chassis was the Wonder. The one thing we didn't like, we had the rear. We had the 2 twin beds in the back, the garage model. And he's got the rear twin bed. That's what we had. And that was the one, that was our favorite chassis. I wish we had kept it. The only thing we thought that the little lounge area up front was too cramped. And you didn't like the fact that couldn't make into a bed if you wanted to bring a grandkid.
Because when we ordered it, it slid and made a bed. And then when we got it, I'm like, what happened?
And now
I was counting on that bed.
It does it again.
Now they're doing it again. But it's so upsetting when you order something and then you get it. You say, what did you do?
Yeah.
You took away a couple of key features that I liked.
Yeah.
Reasons why I bought it.
Yeah. Skipping around says the reason he mentioned my window going out is because he made the same mistake a month before. Laughing with me. Yes. I can almost laugh now, but it was
You
something
know,
else.
these things happen.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty crazy. All right, let's see who else we got. Lions touchdown.
Woo!
See, I'm telling them to do this, and look at this. Now it should be 20. If they get the extra point, it should be 21-7. So touchdown Lions. This is great. Yeah, this is so fun. Let's do a rally if they win. I don't know where they play. Wouldn't it be great if they won and they won and they played in Detroit?
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, Detroit is so ripe for this. It really needs this badly.
Detroit has been doing a good comeback.
It has been for the last year. Last year was a pretty good season for the Lions too. So 21-7, that is the score. So somebody said, yeah, I'm not going to. Okay. Would you guys buy something if a dealer, as they're commenting, I'm not going to go there. Somebody's still talking about that price over retail, but would you buy from somebody to charge you $20,000 over retail?
If you wanted it enough, you would buy it. It's like the truck that you looked at that somebody from Montana drove down to Florida to get a truck because it's what they wanted, what they needed.
And they paid $30,000.
They paid well over.
Yeah, I think it was $30,000.
I don't know what they paid over, but they paid over because they needed it, wanted it. They had a lot of money.
I see Jeff Carrier saying, and somebody said no, they wouldn't. Areas there wouldn't do it. Jeff Carey says, let's go to do a rally in Las Vegas. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. We'll get out there, and wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, we used to go to Vegas every year for the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, go Chiefs. The Chiefs already won. Come on, we're talking about today's game. Skipping it rally. There's a bunch of you on there.
Oh, now we got a comment here.
The LTV Wonder doesn't have yellow leveling jacks. Okay, so we put them on ours.
And it was a mistake.
Well, it was and it wasn't. It was the time we ripped them off. But then when they repositioned them, it was fine. And there are two companies that will put them on extra. You need to talk about whether it'll affect your warranty on the frame. One of them is a company called Bigfoot, and they're located just over the Indiana line in Michigan. And they have been putting them on the Ford Transit, the extra long Ford Transit chassis. And then the one we had done was done by Equalizer. Equalizer is the leveling company that Leisure uses to put the jacks on its Unity model. And they did it on ours, and they repositioned them after we had an unfortunate incident somewhere in Tennessee and ripped off our front ones. It was operator error. You don't want to know about it.
So you can thank us out there.
Yes, we've done all this.
We've done a lot of research for you folks.
But check and see. You can check with either of those companies. You can check with Mercedes and find out if that would alter your warranty.
Well, if it's a Wonder, it's not Mercedes, is it?
Well, yes, I'm sorry. I said Mercedes. Check with Ford, the Ford Transit. Sorry, I messed up. I'm looking at Aria there left. That's another great handle. They walked away from a 2024 Rubicon deal locally. It was charging $5,000 over. Husband flew to Tennessee, drove home to Illinois last night with their new one for less than sticker. And
Isn't that wonderful?
That's the kind of dealer that we want to talk about and celebrate. Good for you and your husband, and for all those people who can learn a lesson from that. Don't pay over sticker price. Chris Collar reminding you all to please do this. Give us the stream a thumbs up. And before you go tonight, would you also do one favor for us? And that is, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been doing videos every single day since Tampa. And, one of the things we hope that we see out of that is more people subscribing, because the more who subscribe and the more who give us a thumbs up, the more Google will show all of this to the Google universe out there. And that would be great. We are going to go back and watch the rest of this Lions game now and celebrate with a cookie. I think we have some cookies over there. I'm looking at across the kitchen.
First, I'm going to clean up the dishes.
Yeah. So lots of stuff coming, new videos tomorrow, all this week from Tampa still. Really interesting podcast. We're going to talk some more about, I scored an interview with the guy who's developing RV lands in Arizona, and we'll talk about that. So you can buy RV property up there. It's a kind of interesting development. We have a really fun interview for those of you who are interested in this van life movement, the company that started the van life movement is Road Trek. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary. And I had a great visit with a couple of old friends from Road Trek, and we talked about the significance of the Class B market. And if you're curious about Class Bs or just want to learn some great trivia and history about RVs, that'll be in our interview in the podcast on Wednesday. And like I said, on YouTube, new videos all week. We'll see you on the RV Lifestyle community, and we hope that you guys will check that all out. Chris has got information about it, and Robin says, thank you for making the new community. Yes, it has an app. I forgot to tell everybody it has an app, and that makes it really great. We love it, and it's been so much fun. So please check it out, and we would love to have it. You can follow the chat. This replay on this will be up on the channel a little later tonight as soon as it processes. Thank you guys for joining us. I don't know where we'll be next week. We may still be here, or we may be up in Tennessee, or who knows? Maybe we'll be on the way to Las Vegas for the game. That would be great. Gosh, it's so fun to look at all the comments that came in. So many of you are still there. And like we began this thing when we started it, let's make sure that we all understand that it's really important that we say "Go Lions," because this has been a fun game. I am going to go watch that game now and get as excited as everybody else. We'll see you guys down the road.
Happy trails.